fuck with a vibe.
I love the script.
Yeah. He wanna fuck with a vibe. Homie, bad bitches inside, and they don't wanna slide. Yeah. He wanna fuck with a vibe. Homie, bad bitches inside, and they don't wanna slide. Yeah. He wanna fuck with a vibe. Homie, bad bitches.
Bitch, I'm outside, 22 all mine. Got these hating biddies hating on me from the sidelines. If it ain't about no kitty, I don't waste no time. I feel it so when I suck it, I stare in his eyes. Bitch, I'm
Turn the dikes like looks, turn the lights. Cash get low like calls, turn the kites. It's crazy in these streets, you out here acting a fool. She just want a nigga that's gonna take her to school. Stay checking her bitch, her pussy wetter than fools.
it's crazy out in the street.
Bitches turn the dikes like looks, turn the lights. Cash get low like calls, turn the kites. It's crazy in these streets, you out here acting a fool. She just want a nigga that's gonna take her.
Hello. Can you hear me? You talking to me? Sorry. You can hear me now. Huh? It unmuted. We're live. What's up, sissy?
This weather, man, it's crazy.
I know. It is crazy. The weather is like 60 degrees one day, and the next day, we got snow.
New England.
Welcome to New England. We up north, y'all. Up North City Girls podcast show. I am your host, Miss TML. And we have my co-host, my sister, Ebony Star, with us today.
Hey,
So, what do you want to talk about this week? I know we're watching Power. Well, not Power, but Ghost.
I don't know. I have to go to a different room now.
Okay.
Hold on.
We have Power going on. Ghost. I still like Power. Eb's going to a different room. I'm trying to get you guys' comments in here. Ask questions. Engage. We have some topics to talk about today. It's Valentine's weekend. Who's ready for Valentine's Day? I'm trying to see you guys' comments. Eb, are you there?
I'm here, I think.
So everybody's still talking about Riri's baby and how excited she is. We got that going on.
Okay, I think I'm. Okay. So,
We're waiting for them to join the live. So, do you think that Valentine's Day is more of a holiday that is celebrated for adults or for the kids?
I think both. You know what I mean? Like, it depends on the person. I personally could care less for it, but I always buy my kids a Valentine's Day gift.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
I
that's,
guess it depends on the person.
right. And, it's definitely expressions of endearment, and, in different countries, they celebrate it differently. So
Right.
it all depends on, what your definition of it is, and how you celebrate it, I think. Um, I was actually looking up some different things earlier today, and it showed me that America in 2019 spent 20 billion on Valentine's Day gifts.
Mm.
$20 billion. Okay? Now that's crazy. Like, that's a lot of love.
That is.
And in 2020, they're expected to spend a little bit more. So imagine what it's going to be in 2022. I mean, it's just astonishing to see. I mean, I look at it like a day of endearment and day of in love, and I love the fact that it's red.
Right.
Other than that, I mean, it's just another day to me, like, so this is where other people, gotta
Bye. Bye.
decide what the day actually means to them,
Right.
So we were gonna talk about the baby and his brawl
But
inside
you know,
the
that was bound to happen because when the whole situation popped off with him putting old girl out or whatever, the brother put his 2 cents in talking about he wanted to talk to him, he was going to see him or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was bound to happen. It's
You think
stupid,
that?
but it was bound to happen.
Nah, that's crazy. Yeah, because the brother, he was sticking up for his sister. Like,
He was, but and I get it, but look, she was right back over there. So
no, sir.
when that whole putting her out or whatever transpired, you know what I mean? Like,
Right. And I mean, with the baby and the whole situation, it's just crazy because they're young, and it's like you're still trying to figure out your own life, but you're also affecting somebody else's life. And that's great. That's what they have to think about is that child, and how that's going to affect the child in the long run, especially it
right.
being played out in the media. Like,
Exactly.
that's the part that, like, it's just crazy because I mean, who wants to, be able to archive this years from now and see your parents brawling and, just going through it. Look at my baby. I know.
Huh? Uncle Ray Ray saw you. Uncle Ray Ray saw you on TV.
So, other than that, I know we're going to be doing some things with Up North City Ball. That's definitely something that we're trying to get artists out here and perform and get paid. That was something that we were kind of trying to promote this week and, just push this week because we want the artists to participate as much as possible. This is an opportunity for them to be showcased.
Bye.
and an opportunity to see if there's a demand in our network for them.
Go.
So that's hi. Can you let me and Mommy talk?
Hi,
So that's the things that we want, to highlight this week for Up North City Ball and Sneaker Ball, and make sure that, people have a good time. It's an epic event for everybody, including
Definitely,
the
'cause I
artists.
already found the sneakers I want for that day.
I'm like,
ready.
listen, let's get it. We definitely gonna have some, fly kicks in the building. I know that everybody City Ball and Sneaker Ball, and make sure that, people. Good afternoon, Marie. It's an epic event for everybody. Hey, including the artists. Uncle Ray's in the building. Anthony, I see you, AP. Marie Scott, I see you. We definitely gonna have some. We got a lot of people out here tuning in, and I appreciate you guys. I want everybody to come out that night and having a great time. I think that, up north we show our appreciation to kicks. That's like a signature that I think Boston has, that any inner city has in regards to your sneaker game. You got to have on a fly pair of kicks, like that's how you get your respect in a lot of ways. Am I right or wrong, Ed?
Facts.
Like growing up, that was the way that people knew, oh, that, that person's fly because they got on a pair of fly kicks. So I think we take it real serious up here when it comes to shoe game, and I can't wait to see what everybody is wearing and just having a good time. And it's definitely gonna be a great night or a great day, because we're still trying to decide whether or not we're going to do a day party or a night party. But the contest rules, as it goes in regards to the artists, they have to sell at least 10 tickets. With those tickets, you basically get paid for your performance, plus you get a percentage of the door. So that's an opportunity that we're offering to the artists to, just take advantage of. If you sell 10 tickets in 20 minutes, and it's on demand, we're going to send you the link to get the tickets. All artists have been given a particular ticket, and a total of 10 tickets. So that's something that you can take advantage of. We're also going to be dropping some promo codes, so that your guests can get discounts as well on our show. That's something that we plan to do going forward once we make the tickets live. So we're just trying to give opportunities to artists to be showcased and be seen, and get paid for it. So other than that, I mean, I've had so many other things going on this week, and I'm just trying to, wrap my head around Up North City Girls and Real Talk with TML. We have a lot of artists that we want to bring to the platform that we think are great artists that we can showcase, that we can promote, that we can work with. And I've been pushing a lot of the artists on my networks.
No, bye.
Sure that they create, a great demand. So other than that, I was like, we got to definitely put in our Black History fact. And Yaya should be joining us in the next 15 minutes or so. So we'll see, I'm trying to see these comments because they're not. Other than that, I was like, we got. But yeah, so I have my list here, you guys, and I'm just trying to go to my list of topics because I have so many topics to talk about. Have you seen that show with Sex in the City with Jessica Parker?
Mm-mm.
Just like that. Oh my God, I love that show. That is my other show to watch right now. Like that is my show right now. Like, and it's a It's like a rendition of Sex in the City without Samantha. But it's definitely giving you the same vibes, the same, they're the same people, the same characters, and it's just definitely something that I can relate to as women, and I love it. I love that show right now. So that's my other show to watch right now. Um I'm watching actually this show right now on Netflix. It's one of the top 10. It's Annie Duval Duvu. Yeah, she's like this scam artist chick who like swindled all these millionaires and billionaires out of money. Um,
I went
and
to
she
bookstore
basically
area because he was smoking.
she was
And I heard my
she
ear.
was from Russia, and she came to America, and she just basically with this accent was able to swindle people out of millions, and she's tied to a lot of famous people, things like that. That's how she was able to gain her leverage as a socialite. And she wanted to open up this basically club in New York and was trying to buy this building, and it was like she's like off the chain. You got to watch it. It's definitely a must watch. um but what else was in the news recently that you remember that's a headline this week that you can think of?
To be honest, I haven't even really seen the news. I had a long week.
You're like,
Um, Girl, I'm lost.
wait, hold on.
I just see clips of stuff on social media, which most times I don't have the time to read. But
I know I have to try to keep up with as many current events as possible. But I know that they're doing a hologram of Tupac for the Super Bowl,
really,
and he's gonna be performing beside Dre and Snoop. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like
mm,
a hologram of Tupac.
right?
I'm gonna cry. Like that is my heart.
I might just have to check that out because I'm not into sports.
Yes. I was like, holy crap, that's crazy. Like, I have to see it. Like, just because it'd be so surreal. I seen the Pop Smoke one that they did in London, and that one was even crazy. So it's amazing what technology has evolved to, and being able to teleport and have people look actually there.
Right.
Um, and they're not, that is just like, what is the world coming to? Like, how do we know what's next? Are we going to be able to zap ourselves one place and go somewhere else in the next 30
That'd
years?
be
Like,
so dope. Cause I'd be somewhere hot.
like, yo, every chance I got, like, listen, zap me there real quick. Puerto Rico, let's go. Cayman Islands, let's go.
Right.
The media tycoon Byron Allen is putting in a bid to buy the Denver Broncos for $4 billion. And if he's successful, he becomes the first black majority owner of an NFL team. Now that's crazy. Like, we talk about, ownership and, black power and things like that. And football has been one of those ones where it's been hard, for black people to have any ownership, but we are the majority in regards to the league. So,
Welcome
it's crazy because it's like, when are we going to have some ownership, or some type of, success in regards to the football narrative? Um, so you heard that, Kodak Black was shot the other night.
Yeah, I seen that this morning.
That's crazy. Like, he's definitely out there in the media. And I just think that, like, he sometimes comes across as being, that person who wants that type of entertainment, or
Right.
and it's like do you warrant this behavior? Do you, do you ask for this type of drama or this type of issue, going on in your life, like where people are trying to, shoot at you? Like,
Hold on 1 second. Mother's job is never done.
no, I know. But, I'm like, wow, it's crazy because we gotta, start being more, careful of our people and protecting our people. I think that we're losing our people right now at an all-time high. And
Definitely.
it's from different reasons. So like, black men getting shot in the clubs and, just doing these things like this that instantly, could take your life is so fragile. And so, I just think that, it's crazy because Ice-T said something. He put out a post and he said, for all the people that are coming to LA for this event, he said, be careful because, there's um has over 50,000 active gang members. Make sure you play it safe. It's the wild, wild west out here.
Mm.
And this is for Super Bowl weekend, So it's like, we just have to be more cautious of what we warrant into our lives and how we're, dealing with this society as it is.
Right.
It's angry, it's upset, it's confused. Um, and we just have to be more, more careful of that, I think. Um,
Definitely.
and little Duval, he made a comment talking about, Twitter's going crazy about this. He's telling people, you know, most rappers that complain about being signed to a label, I don't feel sorry for, because even if they would have said up front, you ain't gonna make no money after we give you the advancement, y'all would have still signed. Now,
Mm.
that's like that's interesting, because I think so too in a lot of ways. I think that,
Yeah, because a
a
lot
lot,
of people want the fame, so that alone was gassing them.
right. You gaslight them, you give them the royalties of having, cars and luxury items and things like that, and in the long run they think, it's all about the show and the money is never there. Um
Right.
and that's, I think, why a lot of people now are going independent and trying to be independent artists, because they know that it's a lot that you have to give back, and you have to have some type of financial backing in order to even compete in this game right now with just social media, and
Definitely.
having the marketing budget, having the finances to be able to travel and do shows in different places. Like, that's all based on a budget. That's all based on you strategically mapping out a goal to perform and be successful.
Right.
And I just think it's crazy because, yeah, the label does do a lot of that stuff for you when you're a signed artist, or they're supposed to do that for you. But it's ultimately up to the artist and their management how they,
They
go
have to be
into it.
proactive in their own career.
Exactly.
And a lot of them aren't, you know what I'm saying? Because you have people doing it, but those people don't necessarily, and 9 times out of 10, don't have your best interest at heart,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know?
Right. You're definitely right. They don't have your best interests at heart. It depends, how long you've known these people. How long have, these people been in your
And it
circle? I
also
think.
depends on how much you know. Because if you know
Mhm.
absolutely nothing, they're about to tell you whatever they need to tell you to fuck you out your money, excuse my French, and you're going to be none the wiser
Mhm.
because you haven't done your own research.
Right. Right. It's true.
And
It's
people be
definitely
quick
true.
to sign without reading, having somebody read it over or anything else.
Mhm. and that's important, having an entertainment lawyer, having somebody that's looking out for your legal side of it, making sure that you have contracts. That's important, like a lot of times, like, you don't even realize that just for a minor, you know situation, you still need a contract, because at any time,
You need contracts for everything. You have to protect yourself.
mm-hmm. Yep,
You know what
Jig
I'm
off
saying? Like,
top.
nobody is gonna do it for you.
Right, right, definitely right. Jig said 100. I'm like, it's crazy. I'm like, I can't fathom enough how people don't take legal protection over their music, over their brands, over their finances. It's important, and making sure that you're established and that you have that leg to stand on when it comes time to, do what you have to do, or some legal matter comes up. So that's important. Um, and I think that some artists, they see the fame, they see the notoriety, and they get mesmerized by that, and
Mhm.
that is what they're glorifying.
Right.
And we just have to be better at protecting those type of artists because they don't know any better. From my media standpoint and just what I know about the business, I know that protection is important. Making sure that you own the rights to your music, making sure that your catalog is completely copyrighted is important, that you're putting out here now, especially how easy it is to just steal things off the internet. I tell people the internet is like an open space. It's like one of those places that once you put it out there, it's gone. There's nothing that's protected once it's on the internet. Um, in regards to your information or your personal whereabouts or whatever. Anybody at any time can access it. Um, and I think that's just something that we have to be more careful with. Um, but we're waiting for some big thing to happen, and then people are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, no, I can't put my stuff out there," but it's happening. Whether you know it or not. It's like there's a lot of people that are in legal, disputes because of their information being stolen or taken, or ideas, because they put them out there on the internet, whether it be songs, and things like that as well. So we have a lot of this now. You don't own the rights to this music, things like that going on because that was the artist's take back, in regards to streaming. So we have to be, we have to definitely watch what we're doing out here in regards to your music artists. Um, what is Jig's comment? Let me just see what he says. Gotta protect everything from top to bottom and make sure you're established by any means. That's right. Building a brand is something that I say is important. I say that brand marketing, is something that an artist can capitalize on even when their music is not necessarily paying them.
Mhm.
It's capitalizing on your brand, capitalizing on what you promote, and whatever your image is. That's what you can utilize in regards to an income.
Right.
Just through merch and selling products and things like that you stand for or that you promote. So that's definitely something that I tell artists to do in regards to just making sure you have another source of income, another commodity, to add to what you're doing. I think that the best artists that are successful right now are those that brand market, um, themselves as well. So that's something that I tell artists to stay, consistent as well in whatever you're selling to your media and whatever you're, doing for your media. That's important. That's something that I tell artists to look. I'm over here. Something that I'm over here hitting the button, you guys. But I see everybody tuning in from Facebook. Ow. I want to shout you guys out, but it's not letting me show on this tab who's live at the time. So I'm on my phone trying to see at the same time. Ebony just went black on me. So we're waiting for Yaya to tune in. She should be pulling up real soon for our interview. Of North City Girls. We were going to do every other weekend, and everybody's been having a crazy weekend. Crazy week is what they're telling us. Everybody's, doing their thing. But they want to, be here. Everybody sends their love. We all talked this morning, but we all had different engagements and things going on. So totally understand that. We're waiting. Abba, you there? She's not there. She tuned out. So, other than that, Yaya should be pulling up real soon. We have her coming on. We also have some information to drop after our interview. We had a dope interview last week with Ray Trilogy. Hey, there's Yaya. Oh, I'm going to bring you in, doll. We'll bring her in.
Fuck with a vibe. He wanna fuck with a vibe.
I love Chris Rich.
Yeah. He wanna fuck with a vibe. Only bad bitches inside, and they don't wanna slide. Yeah. He wanna fuck with a vibe. Only bad bitches inside, and they don't wanna slide. Yeah. He wanna fuck with a vibe. Only bad bitches.
Bitch, I'm outside, 22 all mine. Got these hating biddies hating on me from the sidelines. If it ain't about no kitty, I don't waste no time. I steal it so when I suck it, I stare in his eyes. Bitch, I'm
We're back with Yaya Gavana.
Hey, what's up?
How are
Good
you?
afternoon.
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
Another day, another dollar.
Yes, ma'am.
I know you always on your grind. I'm like, yo, sis has to pull up. I love you. You know that. I've been watching your grind for the last, I want to say, year. You've been just pushing and, being out here in regards to the music scene. And I know that you did music before as well. And you were, taking a break. I know you started doing like modeling and pushing your brand and doing a lot of different things like that. So tell us what has that been like for you?
It's been hectic, really. It's like I juggle so many different jobs and stuff like that. I'm a mom first, so just that is tiring within itself. So yeah, I started my Fast Life Addiction brand last year. So I've been doing that, modeling, and then the music. So yeah, it's been really hectic and busy.
Hectic and busy. That's what I tell
Yes,
people. I'm like, listen, I'm
yes,
busy. I can't even, describe like how many different things I have on my plate at one time. So
it's a lot.
I commend you as an artist,
Thank you.
and a mother, being
Mhm.
able to balance all these different things. Because, like I tell people, it's like going out at night, and having to be social, and after being a
Mhm.
mom and all those other things that we have going on. It's like,
Yes.
listen,
It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, it is. It is. Thank you for even recognizing that. But
no,
yeah, I appreciate it. And
since
thank you for allowing me to come on your platform. I know I fucks with you like from the
yes,
beginning. We always
from
been like connecting and shit like that. So that's dope.
exactly.
Mhm.
And that's what I love about you. It was just genuine how me and you
Mhm.
connected. And before I even knew you did music, I just thought you was you did hosting. Like that was when I first got introduced to you.
Mhm.
Was like through hosting and stuff like that. So I was like, she raps. Holy shit! Like holy
Word.
shit! Like so I was able to go
Yeah.
back and see some of your earlier stuff and the
Mhm.
things that you were doing, and I was like, wow, y'all, I didn't even know that about you.
Word. A lot of people say that. They're like, wait, what? Because I don't
Right.
like really put it out there like that. So yeah.
So tell us, what got you into music? Who was your biggest influence?
I always been into music since I was like little. I always been like doing shit with my sister. We had like little karaoke machines, and we've always been like recording, acting like we had like a little radio station. So like I always been like into like music and just like performing and stuff like that. But like taking it serious, I would say like 10 years ago. That's when I
Mm-hmm.
kind of like started like doing serious stuff, and then I stopped for a little bit, and then I restarted again like a couple months ago. So yeah, I have my in and out breaks, but I always been into music though since I was little.
But I love the fact that you own your image. You know what I mean? You're
Mhm.
Yaya,
Yes.
like, and that, like, the sex appeal, everything is you.
Thank
And
you.
I think that's something that, as women, we sometimes, get mistaken as, this is who I am as a
Mhm.
outer experience, but no, this is who I am as an inner experience. This is
Yes.
me. This is a vibe. This is,
Yes.
something you're not going to just find anywhere. Um,
Mhm.
and I love the fact that you represent Boston,
Oh
that
goodness, yes.
you put Boston in your music. And I think that
Mhm.
coming from that city, it's definitely important to me, that women are taken seriously from our region. Um,
Yes.
and that's something that
All
you've been
right,
able
we'll be here.
in the last, year is,
Huh?
Mhm.
put the city on the map. People are
All right.
talking,
Trying to.
you know.
Word.
What would you say
You
your
want to see
creative
how it
process
tastes?
is?
Oh,
What
we
would you
need this.
say you do in regards to before you start writing and doing your music?
I don't know. I gotta have like kind of being like in a zone. I definitely have to like feel. I can't just like okay, I'm gonna write. Like I have to. It just has to come like naturally, or it's not gonna come out right. But I usually like a little smoke. Really get in my zone. Just vibe out. Usually I probably like write by myself or like with a couple other people around. But I definitely have to be like within a zone because like if
Within
I'm
a zone.
focusing on something else, it's not gonna come out like authentic. It's not gonna come out like fluid or anything like that. So I don't know. I just have to be like in my zone.
Yeah, you
Really,
rap
that's
like,
what.
and that's true. You definitely have to be, in a space where you can
Mhm.
put those emotions to pen, and
Yeah, that's why I think when people are like, "Oh, I have writer's block" and all this stuff like that, it's like because you're probably in a space where you're not like mentally there. You're thinking about 10 other things, so it's like, and that's not a good way to write, especially for me. Like if I listen to a beat and it takes
right.
me more than like 10 minutes to like really like jump on something, then that's how I know that's not the one. Cause
That's
all the songs that I really like Vibes for example, like I came up with that song probably like 20 minutes. It was
What?
just it was just like easy,
Yeah.
like, and most people like, oh, that song's so whack and stuff like that. But like, it wasn't meant to be like the most lyrical song. Like,
Right.
it was just a vibe, like a good feeling. So like, if songs don't like just pop out and like, you know what I mean? Like, if I
Right.
don't click with it too fast, then obviously like it's not a song that I'm gonna jump on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it has to come like genuine, and it just has to like connect really. If it's like a
Exactly.
struggle, if you're like sitting there really writing, really thinking, those are not
Uh-huh.
really those songs that is really like for you, I don't think.
Right. Right. It's true. Like when I used to,
Mhm.
rap, that was something that, if I felt it, like I felt it from the beginning. Like I
Yes.
knew what I wanted to say. Like
Of course.
it
Okay.
Yes.
didn't or through the beat. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I could hear it. Like I could rehearse
Okay.
word for word, whatever that beat was. Like just because I heard
Yes.
the beat, I knew what words I
Mhm.
wanted to put with that beat.
Yeah,
So
they kind of like speaks to you.
it speaks to you exactly.
Exactly. Yes.
So
Mhm.
who would you say you would most want to collab with in the industry?
Oh man. That's a hard one because it's like so many people.
I see a Cardi B.
Um.
I
Yeah,
definitely see a Cardi
definitely.
B.
Yeah, but I feel like people automatically always gonna think like Cardi, Nicki, like that's a given, of
Yes,
course.
definitely.
But honestly, like a person I really, really want to work with is Mary J. I don't know. I just think that's the goat right there, and
Yes,
I don't know.
real
I really
love.
wanna
I was,
work
I
with
was,
her.
I was infatuated from real love.
Yeah,
That
like her music, it does something else. So
it does.
as an artist, yeah, I really respect her.
Did you see
She's
her
the goat.
documentary?
Yes, I
Um,
did.
I cried.
Yes,
I
yes,
cried. I was like
yeah.
tearing
That
up
shit
about
was.
that time.
Yes, that shit was deep. That shit was
That shit
deep.
was
I
so
fucked with her.
deep, and it was
Mhm.
touching because I was that little girl that was influenced by her. So for
Yes.
you to say that,
Same.
like, I know
So
you were
relatable.
influenced too. Like that's her influence has been over the last 20 years to so
Fat,
many
like,
women.
yeah, basically my whole life, like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We grew up with her. Like, I look at her like as an aunt. Like, I feel everybody look at her like an aunt. Like, you really, like,
Right.
she's like somebody in your family. But I don't know. Like, everybody, I would really say Mary, honestly.
Uh-huh. Don't you think that
Yeah.
she plays her part on Ghost? What do you think about her part? I think that she
Um.
owns this now.
Yeah, she does. She does. She's
She
like
does.
kind of like playing herself. Like it's not too much. Like that's just her. She's like fly and shit like that. She's a boss, so she's doing
Right.
good on that show.
She is. I was like,
Yeah.
holy, I could not believe that she was like playing. Like, I was like, this really is Miri though. Like,
More,
I
yeah,
feel
because
like
we
this
don't
is
see
the
her like
real
that.
her. No.
Mhm.
And it's like, but even just her speaking and her talk, like, just the way she knows the lines, like, it's like, this is really her.
Yeah.
This ain't an act. You know what I mean? This is the
Right.
real Miri in
Exactly.
real day.
It
Um,
probably makes it easier for her.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me,
Yeah.
who would you like to collab with if you could? That's in your region right now.
Um. Well, definitely Millie's. Well, I already have a song with him, which was like 10 years ago, so it's like a classic.
Uh huh.
But like we both kind of elevated, so I did feel like I don't know that would be pretty dope to do a song. He's definitely doing his thing right now.
Yep.
There's so many people. I mean, Bia, she's from Boston. I love
Oh
her.
yes.
So yeah, that
I
would be
love
dope.
that.
Coily Ray, like there's so many like artists that's like really popping right now.
Right.
So yeah, any
Those
one of them.
any one of them. Like, and I
Yeah.
would love to see all of those. I think you would definitely be great. Um,
Thank you.
that's just something that even from hearing your freestyle
Mhm.
recently, I believe that was it on Flavor FM? It was that you did it?
Um. Oh, that was on the franchise report.
Franchise report, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's what it was. Yes, I was like, go yeah, yeah, go yeah. Okay,
Thank you.
that was
Thank you.
definitely
Thank you.
nice to see you doing that. Because
Mhm.
that's a lot of like artists that I've worked with. They'll be like, oh, I don't freestyle. I
Mhm.
don't do that, and I'm like, if you don't freestyle, then you ain't really ever been in a battle. You ain't never really
Yeah.
been in a session. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you just
It comes with it. Cause honestly, I was gonna say the same thing. Cause I don't really honestly freestyle like that either. But
uh-huh.
I was like, that's the type of show it is. So I can't like say, okay, I'm not gonna freestyle. So I got myself prepared and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm kind of like an artist that like I don't really like freestyling, but I mean, this is hip hop. It comes with it, so it's like you kind of have to.
You kind of have to.
Yeah, you
Like
kind of
in
have
order,
to.
you know, you got to be able to spit off the dome or have, you know, a hot
Right.
16 real quick. Like
Yes.
that's the era that we come from, you know, that I come
Right.
from, is that
Yeah.
you
Same.
had to
Same.
be able to do that, you know.
Same.
And
Yes.
being a female, you know,
Mhm.
it was even challenging for us because we were always the one or two in the group. And it's like you're hanging around a bunch of guys that freestyle, that do this every
Mhm.
day, and they respect each other, but now you have to earn their respect.
Right.
So
And people really take this game serious. So if they feel like, oh, you don't freestyle, like niggas won't even consider you a rapper, like, or MC,
right.
like, you know what I mean? Like if you don't do that. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I had to break out the low like box and be like, all right, yeah, let me do it, because I was gonna tell him like I'm not about to free, like I'm not doing it, but no, I had to get it together.
What would you say is your favorite song to perform?
Definitely vibes right now, cause
Okay.
it's just like a turn up song. Like the girls, they go crazy when it come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just like a performance song. So I would say vibes for
So what
sure.
vibes definitely.
Mhm.
And you always have the females come out with you and dance, and I love that.
Yes. Thank you.
Bringing extra entertainment is important. I tell
Uh
artists
huh.
you have to stand out. You have to, you know, have that other element to your show, because
Right.
sometimes it's just you know, and
Mhm.
being fixated on just the artist, it allows you to be able to do your thing while, you know, the dancer is performing.
Right.
So that's important. You know, I love that you brought that stage element to your
Thank
show
you.
all the
Thank
time.
you.
Um,
Yes.
I would say, what's your favorite song? What's your best advice that you could give to your fans or to your art to people in this industry?
Probably what everybody tells me to be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's probably like the biggest thing that I always take away from like everybody that talks to me. That like just keep being consistent, being consistent. I feel like that was my problem. Like I'll put something out and
Mm-hmm.
then just kind of like die down again, and it kind of like brings you down. You have to always keep putting stuff,
Pushing.
especially in this day and era when it's like people's attention spans are so short.
Right.
And as soon as you put something out, it's like, all right, what else do you have? So it's like you have to keep up with the demand. You have to always stay relevant, and you have to
Right.
just consistently keep like being in people's faces and putting, good quality stuff out. So I
Right.
would say consistency.
Consistency brings the victory, is what I tell my team.
I like that.
You
I
know,
like that.
you got to be
Mhm.
consistent in this business, because if not, especially with social media being so vast, so fast,
Yes,
um,
everything is so fast nowadays. Even the
if
music, like
yeah,
music
it's
used to be
like
longer, now it's shorter. Like,
exactly.
yeah. So
So
it's like
what?
the little stuff like that.
So what would you say is next for you, in regards to music?
Oh my goodness. Honestly, I don't even know, because like each day something new comes up. Like I just started a podcast with my girls like 2 weeks ago. I didn't even know that I was even doing that. So it's
Right.
like, so
Squirt.
I'm like, yeah, so it's so much new stuff
Shout
that's
them
even coming
out. Shout
on.
them
Yeah,
out.
shout out to Squirt Vibes Estate. We legit started like 2 weeks ago, and we already
Ah!
we already turning up. Shout out Erica Ricky Blaze, and she already got the Blaze Estate on YouTube. Shout out my bestie Emil Richa. And it's just
Mhm.
a group of ladies. We're just talking about real stuff, coming together, women empowerment, things of that nature. Like I didn't even know I was gonna even do that. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's so much new stuff coming out, like music, of course, videos, just connecting with more people, just
See?
pushing my limits and just doing a bunch of new stuff. So
That's dope,
yeah,
Yaya. That's dope.
thank
I
you.
seen you guys went to Daniel's Leather. I was like, ah,
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. We had so much fun in there. It was crazy. And shout out to Daniel's Leather too. Like, oh my God. He was
that was
like the most
dope.
humblest, like nicest, sweetest dude like I ever met. Like seriously, he was really nice. So if
That
you're in New York, definitely check out Daniel's Leather. He got the fur game popping. And
popping,
yes. Yeah.
popping, all the colors, all
All
the
the
swag,
flavors.
all the
Yes.
swag. Every time, like that's one of those places that you know you're gonna find what you like. If you like leather, if you like fur, like you're gonna
Yeah,
find
that's
it
it. That's it.
definitely.
Yes.
Um, So what are your plans for this upcoming second quarter? In regards to performing and doing shows, do you plan on opening for who would you like to open for this summer?
Um, I would like. I mean, honestly, anybody. I really plan to like kind of go out of Boston. I felt like I already kind of made my mark in Boston.
Right.
So I really, honestly, I want to kind of like go other places to kind of put
Yeah.
my name other places. That's kind of what I'm focusing on right now. I mean, any artist really. I fucks with everybody. So whoever's coming out here, like I'll open up. Like
Right.
yeah.
Who
Or
have you opened up for in the past that you really liked?
I opened up for a lot of people. Well, the first time I ever performed was with Onyx. That was like years ago. So yeah, I opened up for Onyx, Styles P, French Montana.
Mhm.
Who else? That was like so long ago. I can't even think of everybody right now, but I opened
Right.
up for a couple of people. Yeah.
So we would love to see you perform at our Up North City sneaker ball.
Yes, I saw
That's
that.
yes.
Yes. When
We
is that?
definitely we're planning for it to be sometime in May. We're just trying to
Okay.
lock in the venue.
Yes, I
So
will
it's
definitely be there.
yes, because it's an opportunity for us as Up North.
Yes.
This season, I think that
Mhm.
we are in love with our swag in regards to sneakers.
Okay.
So the sneaker game, and being able to be upscale and dress nice, and it's kind of like a gala,
That's
but a
dope.
networking. We want to
Mhm.
have a fashion show as well.
Okay.
So I definitely want to see some of your stuff there,
Yes.
and tell people about that in regards to your fashion line and what
Yes,
you.
I started my fashion line, Fast Life Addiction,
Mm-hmm.
last year. So yeah, I've been doing it like for a year. Nothing too big. I just do like shirts, sweatshirts, a little bit of the customized like jeans,
Mm-hmm.
jackets and stuff like that. Yeah, pretty much like urban streetwear brand. You can check it out at fastlifeaddiction.shop. We have a couple pieces up there. So yeah, that's really dope though. I'm down to do that. And I do want to
Right.
shout out, I do remember you being the first City Girls. I remember that.
Yeah.
Before the
Yes.
City Girls. I do want to say that. I do remember you doing the Up North City Girls. You had that name before them. So that's
Oh,
dope.
listen. I've been up north since over I think I want to say 8, 9 years.
Okay.
And I loved what the label stands for, and
Mhm.
what it represents for us as a region, So that was the reason why, it stuck out to me because it was
Mhm.
definitely something for all 6 states.
That's
And
dope.
just being connected, and being
Mhm.
able to work as a region. That was the founding reason why TP started the label. Was to give artists in New England that opportunity to shine and have that one platform that they could go to, and as a
Mhm.
record label it spoke for the region. So that was definitely the reason why I fell in love with the label, is because of that. It was like, listen, this is something that stands for everybody, and like you said,
Mhm.
outside your box. You have to step outside your comfort zone. Me
Yes.
going and building relationships in Maine, me going and building relationships in Vermont, me going and building relationships in New Hampshire. Like this is what
Mhm.
has been able to help me in regards to securing my network, in this
That's awesome.
entertainment. So that's
Mhm.
what I try to teach the artists, and now we're trying to make it bigger in regards to including the up state of New York, as well
Okay.
as New Jersey, the tri-state
Nice.
area.
The tri-state. Nice.
We could definitely build a circuit and a network for
Mhm.
you and artists like you to perform and
Okay.
do great things. So that was my reason for the media loop. And starting
Nice.
that, and that basically is a marketing branding company that's under Up North and under the label, and it's just been a journey. But I
Mhm.
felt like I had to find my way in regards to working with multiple different states, to build an artist, and being able to say, listen, we can have you go and perform in Maine, we can have you go and perform
Mhm.
in New Hampshire, because it's a regional buzz is what labels look for. And
So
as an
true.
artist, that's the only way you're going to get pulled out here.
Mhm.
So I tell people that, it's important to build your network within your region. But once you step outside your region, now you're going to Atlanta. Now you're going to Cali. Now you're going to Texas. You gotta work like a politician out here.
Yeah, I was
Like,
gonna say that's kind of like the Patriots, how they're like the New England, like it's not just Boston,
right.
like they got the whole region. So that's smart
They
that
got
you
the
even
whole region.
think like that. Yeah, not just Boston.
Yeah.
People be so locked in with Boston, like no, you need to. We got the whole New England, like
You have to
Yeah,
broaden
so
your
that's smart.
horizon. You have to
Yes.
broaden your horizon. And that's important. And I love that. I see you in New Hampshire. I know my people was out there filming at that
Mhm.
time, and he's like, "Y'all, yes, in the filming," and I was like,
Yeah, I love
"No,
New
yo,"
Hampshire.
and
They
that
got a
was
whole different vibe out there. I like it out there.
right.
I
Right.
like it.
It's definitely a good party area, like I had a
Mhm.
good time every time we performed in New Hampshire.
Yeah, I
So
fucks with
that's
New
dope
Hampshire.
that you got to do that. You got to go to Vermont. Just seeing the views in Vermont. Oh my God,
Okay,
Burlington, Vermont. That is a definite location.
I gotta check
That
it
they love
out.
hip hop. They love our
Mhm.
music.
Right,
And
yeah,
there's a lot of
they fuck with hip
rappers.
hop a lot different. Like they really fuck with it. Like
They really
yeah, if
fuck
they
with.
like you, they're really gonna like you.
That's right. And that's what I
Yeah.
tell people. Going to those states and earning those fans is so
Mhm.
important. And it's just as important, like you think about it with the politicians. That's some of their focus states. Because
Yeah,
those,
New Hampshire is a huge one, and people be
yeah,
forgetting about that. Like, why is politicians always in that little state? Must be something
right.
out there. A lot of stuff be happening out there. So I don't know what it
Exactly.
is, but yeah.
Exactly. As I tell them, I'm like, you got to get those little states. They matter,
They
Even though
do.
we're little, we're still big as a mass. So
Yes.
like, we have to take advantage of that. And I'm so glad that you're doing that. And I see more for
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Thank
Anything that
you.
I
Same
know,
here. Same here.
anything
I
that
see
I
you
know
going
about,
in with the social media marketing and everything. Like you always be on your grind, girl. Like I salute you for real.
I'm passionate, about this and
Mhm.
about actually getting organic views for the artists, and organic following, that's important now. Like we have to have that because
Yes.
a lot of times like artists get overshadowed by the money and the budget that people put in and
Mhm. Oh, I'm sorry.
part. Oh, sorry, honey.
Oh no, that was me. I
Okay.
done dropped the phone. I'm sorry.
Building a network that people support you, that's
Uh-huh.
important and
Oh
genuine,
yes.
so
Mhm.
I'm always there for that. I'm always going to push for you. Anything that I see coming up, I'm definitely
Thank
going to be
you.
hitting your DM like, yeah, listen, you got to be here. You got to perform.
Thank you. Thank you
Um,
so much. Thank you.
yes, I just love what you're doing and I'm proud of you and I want to see more from you. And I
Thank
thank
you so
you
much.
for coming out and being a
Thank
guest
you.
today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much and everything that you've done and even sharing anything. Like I really truly
Of
appreciate
course.
it because you don't
Of
have to.
course. Of course. No, but I fuck with you. You know that. Like, I'm like, listen,
Yes.
that's my girl. Like, she supports me. I support her. I love her
Same.
vibe. Yo, one thing I told that what caught me with your fashion line, I'm gonna tell you what caught me was the Stack
What is
October.
it?
The Stack
What is
October.
it?
Stack October.
Oh
That
yes.
really got me. I was like, I like her. Because you know what? That's when I get into my grind mode. Right in October,
Uh-huh.
at that time, I'm like, listen, you got to buckle down. You got Christmas coming. You got all these different things coming up.
Facts.
You got to get into that mind frame. So Stack October,
Mhm.
I love that.
See, that's
That,
crazy. I would have never even thought that, but that's dope.
that was what
That's dope.
really that touched me with you. And I was like, yo, she
Mm.
understands the grind. She understands what it means to be a boss. And all
Mhm.
I want to do is be around those type of people that have that mind frame,
Yes, and that's
And
so true. You
it's
have to be.
definitely you have to be. You have to have those months of just
Mhm.
clarity and buckling down and really being about your business. And I think summertime is my luxury time. I think that's my time to kind of just say, okay, I'm chilling.
Mhm. Right,
September,
you grind for like summer so you can play all summer.
right? Exactly. Grind all winter. That's
Yes.
what we do up north.
Yep. Thanks.
So I know we have the other guest. He's been
Oh,
waiting.
okay.
So I don't know if you have have something to do, but if you want to stay on, you're more than welcome to. But we're
Okay.
gonna be bringing in Charles from UBAC.
Okay,
He's
no, I'll let him have his shine. I'm running around and doing errands, so
I
that's why I'm in my car now. But thank
I
you
know.
so much for allowing me to
No,
come
thank
on,
you.
and I
Yes,
appreciate you.
we love Yaya.
Thank
I
you.
hope to see
You
you
guys have a
soon.
good one.
You
Happy Valentine's
too.
Day.
Okay, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's
Bye.
Day.
Bye.
Hmm.
Okay, we're bringing Charles in. Let's see. We're gonna show.
What do you say?
Hi, Charles. Are you there? Charles. Hi, Charles. Are you there? He's on the live, guys, but I don't see him. Charles? Charles? I think we have a. Hi, Charles. How are you?
Hi.
Hello, hello. Hopefully I'm not late or anything. I heard
No, you're
noon.
not late. We're running behind.
Oh, okay.
But I did see you pop in and we were interviewing Yaya Gabbana. She was our guest artist today on our platform.
Nice.
So I want to thank you for tuning in and coming out and chatting with us today
Thank
about
you.
your special opportunity and what you have going on in regards to NFT.
Okay, okay.
And if you could just explain to our audience what an NFT is.
Okay, so this is a fun thing. So an NFT is really just a real world contract just taken into the digital verse and automated. Like that's literally what an NFT is. So it could be an art, it could be a ticket, it could be anything that is taken from the real world, like that contract type. Like if someone's guaranteeing to buy something, that's the same thing that is with this NFT. And so if someone says, hey, well, I just screenshotted that photo or I just took a picture of it, so now I have it. That's not true because you don't own the wallet that owns that picture. So when I give out my rewards and utilities, they're going to the owner of that picture in their wallet. So it doesn't matter if you have a copy or anything like that. And when something sells or continues to sell, it automatically gets redistributed out to the wallets I set. So that's really
Okay.
what an NFT is. It's not just art.
It's not just art.
Right.
Okay. So you can NFT, like, say,
Cars,
cars,
houses, they're all
like
coming.
now real cars, meaning,
Yeah,
or
they've already sold houses. And with NFTs, they've already sold some cars with NFTs. Fiat is now when you buy their car, their maintenance service stuff is all going to come on those contracts through NFTs.
okay.
It's really just taking the contract and bringing it online. That's pretty. It just had to start somewhere, so it started with art, right?
And it started with art, right?
Mhm.
Exactly. So tell me, in regards to artists and how they're using it, do you know anything about that? Because I know a lot of artists have been using like their logos and they've been doing, their music in regards to NFTs, and that is something that I know is valuable to this network, and I want to be able to influence artists to do that as well,
Mhm.
because I think it's something that they used in a lot of different instances in the last year and it's been successful. So is that something that
Yeah.
Okay.
For example, just 3 days ago, Snoop Dogg brought his entire album to the Gala universe. So Gala is a blockchain token, and he released his entire album on that chain, and he probably raked in over a couple $1 million. So
Wow.
yeah, for music and for the life of that project, he will continuously get revenue and sales from that. Right?
Wow.
So, I mean, this is huge for artists to look into. Anything that you do online,
Hmm.
you can do through these NFTs because it's just when they redistribute the money, it's easier for them just to send it back to the wallets. Even YouTube and all of these platforms, when they play your money, they give you something, right, to some of these
Right.
artists. Now they'll just use the contracts that they'll mint and then just send it back through the contract.
So tell me, what is minting exactly? Because everybody gets a little, confused when they
Right.
talk about minting.
So minting is actually the term for when you buy something or when it's released, and you're just putting it onto the blockchain. So you're just taking your item, maybe your song, or maybe like me, my art, and I just establish it into the art chain, right? I'm putting it into
Uh-huh.
that chain. And so that
Okay.
term's mint.
So that's like actually putting it to live or making it
Yes.
go live.
Right.
Okay. All right. Because I know you have a minting date that's coming up at the end of this month, right? For
Yes.
your art,
February 28th.
February 28th. Okay. And what exactly are you minting? Can you tell our audience about that? What your creation is and what your art's about?
Yeah, so I drew 5,000 undead baby apes. They're pretty cool. I love the art. I hand drew these, and then I generated randomly the layers. So, like, there's different mouths, for example, and some with diamond grills, gold grills, some regular face, some more rare than others that will hold value. And by randomly generating them together, you sort of get this random array of coolness. And then when you mint, you get a chance for maybe one of the diamonds or something. And in this realm, I mean, if you go to the OpenSea today, the art is selling every second for 15, 20K. And so you could be reselling this, making money off of this art, as well as the utilities to come. So I partnered with the Don Bishop, and we're bringing a whole other project into the verse, and it's all under the umbrella of UBAC, and we're really excited for it.
So tell us, what does UBAC stand for?
Undead Baby Ape Club.
Undead Baby Ape Club.
Yeah,
So
it sounds crazy, I know, but in this realm, it just makes sense. Like Bored Ape Yacht Club, right? It's sort of these names and how they roll.
and how they roll. And tell us, like, is there something that okay, so when they buy the NFT for one of your apes, right?
Mhm.
They own the art.
Right.
Okay. So that means that they can publish it, they can
Yes.
do whatever they want
If
with it.
Netflix reached out to them and exclusively wanted a deal with that singular ape, good for them, right? And I'm not even mad because it's only going to blow up all other 4,099 apes, right? Like, yes, I won't get a cut of that, but in the overall picture, that's okay too. They own it, like they
Right.
exclusively have the copyright.
They exclusive, and that's pretty dope because
Mhm.
that's an easy way for us to create trade
Yeah.
with art. I'm a highly enthusiast to art. I
Mhm.
love art. I think that it's something that is a form of expression. And I know a lot of talented artists, so to
Yes.
be able to do that, I think I see the lights going off.
Yeah, so they start firing. Also, what I'm trying to do too is I have a lot of physical artists already reaching out to me, and I know a guy, right? He made a wood boat. He sold it for 700. That guy sold it for 7,000. I mean, a beautiful boat wound up selling for 75,000 to a museum. The original artist didn't get anything but that original sell.
700.
If we do it through the smart contract, every time it sells, at least he'll get 5% or 10 or 2, whatever he
Right.
sets it at, automatically for the life of it. So it's very huge for physical world to just tag along to the smart contract. And it would be as simple as just like, okay, scan the QR code at purchase. And that's it. Like they just scan it and the artist gets his, and he gets to watch it grow and develop. He doesn't get to see it in the museum one day and be like, well, I made it, but I
Right.
didn't make any money. Right.
Right. Which
So
is definitely, you think about a lot of the art that goes back ancient times,
yeah,
and how those artists probably never even got paid
never.
half of what their work is worth.
Yeah.
And so I see the longevity of the NFT and how it can definitely grow and change lives for the arts and
Right.
for
My
people.
family will technically get the royalties 50, my grandkids better love me, right? Like they're my great grandkids, because they'll still be getting that royalty for all this time. Imagine if somebody like Da Vinci or one of these artists had done it on
Right.
the chain, their fam just like
Which
trust of
still,
unlimited wealth, you know?
right, of unlimited wealth. So can you tell us what do you have upcoming in regards to your NFT? What's going to be going on? What are your special projects that you're working on in the future?
Yeah, so again, we have these. They're dropping February 28th. You should head to our Discord, because the utility of these are we're the first ones, and it is ambitious, but I already have the second smart contract in place. We're going to
Mhm.
be coming on each and every chain. So
Mhm.
there's Ethereum blockchain, Solana blockchain, Cardano blockchain, Wax. I'm going to have a variation of art specific to each chain. But the
Okay.
only way to get those is to own the original UBAC Undead Ape coming out on February 28th.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now that's an incentive. And I know that you were going to be giving away 1 Bitcoin. Um
Yes.
that was something that you talked about as well. And that is happening on February 28th as well, or
So that will be after we mint out on February 28th. There's a 5-day reveal period, and then they still have a couple days to buy up apes. Like maybe they hear about it last minute, or they want to own more, so it's more tickets. And then about 5 days after that, we'll be doing the drawing through a verified random drawer for the apes, and I'll
okay,
have certification, and we're giving that one person, a complete
1 Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
And what is 1 Bitcoin's value right now? Can
I
you
think
tell
it's
us?
like 43,000, but they're saying it could jump to $1 million. And I love
Wow.
the fact that I can give it away today and then brag in like 2 years, like I gave away $1 million.
Right.
That's why I've been giving my family crypto as presents these days. I'm like, look, these coins are $1 today, but trust me, hang in there.
In years, it'll be worth way more.
Yeah.
I got into the crypto game in the last probably I want to say 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I've watched, just the upwards and I've watched the downwards.
Yeah.
But you're never losing as long as you don't sell.
Right.
So that's, one of the things that I think scared money doesn't make money, and you have to be all in. You have to definitely, whatever you put in, you have to be willing to lose.
Yes, I do agree. Do not, even with my NFTs, do not put in this is an investment. These pictures do wind up going for even hundreds of thousands, like Bored Apes, or millions.
Mm-hmm.
But they started with an investment, and it took them over a year or more to get to that actual price. It wasn't an overnight thing. So if you get in early and then it's money you need, it's kind of it's not a great idea.
But it's an investment. It's an
Yeah,
opportunity. You
it
buy when
really
it's
is.
low, and you wait for the value to grow and get higher. And I think that's in every market, but
Yeah.
people sometimes don't realize it.
Mhm.
It's like even in real estate, it's like some markets are, extremely low, but in 5 years they could projectively be way higher.
Yeah.
And that's how, the great real estate people work, and investors that know the
Mhm.
market. So that's important to understand that, yeah, it might be a small investment right now that turns into a great, net worth.
And we
Um,
are so, let me stress this. We are so early on. I promise you, this is Bitcoin 15 years ago. Like I'm a scientist and a college professor. My students don't even know what NFTs are yet. They've sort of started to, a couple of them are like, I don't know what that is, or I've heard of the Bored Apes, but they don't know. Even young minds, they're not
right,
you're in so early. If you're listening to this, I
right.
promise you, like, don't hesitate. This is early. Like,
This is the real thing. And it's just like Facebook and Netflix and, all the things that people tell you about. And then Bitcoin, same
yeah.
thing. It's like 10 years later, when people were first telling me about Bitcoin, I was like, yeah, I'll have time. I'll
Mhm.
invest. And then one day you just wake up and it turns into this $1 million business.
Yeah.
And you're like, I should have got in earlier. You know what I mean? Like this is that type of opportunity. I
Well, that
think
was
that
50 Cent. He accidentally on his contract got paid like 600,000 or 700,000 in Bitcoin, but had no idea what that meant to him. He had no idea. So again, if you don't understand, still get in. But he had no idea what it meant, and now he's sitting on 33 million just from that alone.
From that investment,
and he didn't need. That was just like an extra bonus to his contract, right?
Wow. Like, see, I never even knew that, Charles. You taught me something today.
That's what I'm saying. Get them out as Christmas gifts too. They're great because one day you'll be like, "Hey,
right." That was the best Christmas gift I ever got.
Right? Yeah.
So, in regards to your undead apes, what would you say would be the average cost that it goes for?
So they're going for 0.05 Ethereum. So I think that's around $200. Ethereum is going up or down. So I believe I'm doing a giveaway for this show as well. So yeah. It's a free $250 something. It just depends on what Ethereum is that day.
Okay.
So I can't necessarily it's 0.05 guaranteed, but Ethereum changes its price. Right. Hopefully for y'all it goes lower. I don't mind selling lower because at the end of the day, it's not the cash value. I'm building wealth within the community to do all these projects and grow. And we all know in the crypto world, if you hang on to your coin long enough, it's going to go back up.
That's right.
This is the time to buy crypto really when it's low.
Right. It's definitely the time. I say that to people all the time, they're complaining and they're upset because, they're losing money right now, but this is the time that you buy because the next time it goes up, it might just 10 times the value.
And these NFTs, the average boost is 5-10x on these almost initially, and then they sort of taper and then they boost again. It's just crazy unlimited growth with these that I think the beautiful thing about me is I'm trying to do it long-term with long-term releases and giving people reasons to hold on to that art forever, to keep everything under UBAC. Bored Apes or any of them didn't even offer that. Now they're starting to slowly get the bigger picture of community first. And I think they even bought an NFL team. And that's crazy from a company who's only a year old that they're buying NFL teams.
Right.
And this year is the Crypto Bowl. That's what they're calling the Super Bowl because they're starting to introduce people to NFTs. They're starting to introduce people to crypto.
Wow.
A lot of people are finally figuring out about crypto, but those people still don't know NFTs.
Right. Right. It's true. I only know because I get, that type of news in regards to my news feed and things like that is that, these NFTs. And, when I started to hear about it from artists, that was one of the things that I was like, wait, what is this all about?
Yeah.
I think Andrea Grande, she was one of the ones who sold hers as an NFT, was one of the first artists, and she sold out within a day.
Yeah.
And it was just crazy within hours. And I'm like, what is this whole NFT business? What is this about? So I had to start learning because I said, this was something that was going to take over the music industry. Like you said, it just helps too.
It's going to take it over so soon and so quick. And you'll be blown away if you don't try to figure out some way to establish a mint of your maybe verses, songs, beats, just different variations. And you can mint them differently as if you're not giving out the rights too. You can mint an image and then follow that with your music or your lyrics, or the metaverse is coming. We need music in the metaverses, right? When you're in your digital party and hanging out with your friends, which weirdly is a lot of fun. I've done it. I thought it was going to be strange, but it's just a whole lot of like-minded people just hanging out, and you're going to need music for all that. Why not be in early enough and be a metaverse rapper or a metaverse artist there and put artists up on people's walls? Yeah, that's the route I'm choosing here. But I think also another cool thing is we're now able to control, some of these NFTs that are coming are actually usable characters, which is something that I have planned down the line. Is you can use our characters in the metaverses. Why not rap through your metaverse character, right? There's so much cool stuff. I mean, isn't that how Marshmallow blew up by being undercover from his helmet or something?
It's true.
I'm saying I'm throwing some ideas out there for y'all listening. Like,
I love that idea
yeah.
because that's super. Like creating those type of characters and things like that are definitely virtual in this virtual world that we live in now. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Important because it could be that ape that
Yeah.
everybody remembers. It's like the Simpsons. It's
Mhm.
definitely a branding tool.
It really is.
And it's a different world, a different verse that you can get into, a galaxy of
Mhm.
people that are entertained by this metaverse and by this type of entertainment. So I think it's important. It's just like the anime. Um that people are very into, that's definitely that's a different world, I say.
That's a billion-dollar industry too.
Billion-dollar industry. So that is something I'm very interested in. And
Mhm.
what would you want to say, other than what's the importance of investing in your product right now?
I think the importance of my product is you come to my Discord, we're willing to teach you more and more about NFTs, and
Mhm.
you're seeing my face. You still don't know the original owner of Bored Apes. He's some secret dude in Taiwan, okay?
Wow.
You're seeing my actual face, right? Like, you know who I am. Once you go to my Discord, you can find me on Twitter, you can go to my YouTube, you can see where I've worked, my jobs. You get to see me. I think that's a huge aspect to this sort of crypto world that has a shadiness to it, as I'm trying to be very transparent. I'm
Mhm.
showing you who I am. I'm telling you all the upcoming projects that you're going to be a part of. And I'm bringing in aspects that just haven't been brought into the realm before, and going above and beyond. And it's all for my initial 5,000. Like, it's for this community here that I want to grow to the moon and just bring them along. And these are great I literally am creating passive income from pictures I bought 5 months ago for $50. They're now selling for 2 and 3. So I just sell 1 or 2 a month, and that's like literally like the reason I get to chill at home all day and draw. Like, it's right. Like,
and
that's
and and that's just from being strategic with your investments.
yes.
And I'm glad that you're teaching people, because it's important. Again, I'm still learning about the whole virtual, aspect of how NFTs work. You know what I mean? What can I do with them? How do they work? What exactly is this going to, can I print this picture and put it in my home? Can I use it for, my upcoming podcast? Can I, these are the things that I think people need to understand, what it's going to help them with in the everyday life, and how this investment can help them, in regards to owning the rights or owning the contract, or that type of thing. I think is important for people, is wanting to understand, oh, if I'm just buying something that's virtual, how does it grow? Where does it grow from? How does the value increase? What is the demand like? That is important to me, as an investor.
Yeah.
Is definitely understanding that terminology of it. That's so
I mean, gold holds its value because we think gold is pretty and it's shiny, and that's where it really started, was just a
right.
metal that we mined from a river and we gave it value. We're giving these NFTs and this world value, and I'm keeping the value going by just continuously giving you endless things for free, because, to be honest, I get the royalties of all those sales, so I don't have to keep upcharging you later on. It's just this
Right.
beautiful process and I get to grow and create and do so much. And I would love to work with any artist or any rapper on here, or anyone that wants to bring their music or bring their art. Maybe I'm trying to expand and push every boundary here. It's not just the UBAC 8 collection.
Right.
We're growing further. I have people reaching out to me now, investors, supporters, trying to figure out how we can scale up and grow out so far. And
Right.
I like to treat my NFTs like shares of a company. I'll know I'm doing great when they're doing great.
And they're doing
Right.
great. That's a boss. That's definitely a boss talk, Charles. Is that your net worth is very important. You know what I mean? You're only as strong as your net worth,
Exactly.
and the people around you, the people that you are bringing into your, investment.
Mhm.
So that's important that you have that mindset. And I really respect that about you. So
Thank you.
definitely, I love that. I know that you said you were partnering with Magic Don Juan.
Yeah.
So that is something that you're creating something for him, and he's
Yes.
going to be able to NFT it.
Right. So me and him have come together on an amazing partnership, and we're bringing these awesome art to the universe. And it's all going to be under the umbrella of UBAC. To get whitelisted, you have to own one of these apes. Whitelisting means guaranteed a spot to buy. If you own three or more apes, we're going to allow free mint on those chains.
Okay.
It's really just about growing and expanding the community. And this project's going to be huge for the metaverse. We're bringing the Dawn into the metaverse. We're going to get
That's
land
dope.
in the metaverse. It's going to be fun.
That's going to be really cool. I know that, that's going to be a great project to look out for. And do you have, is there, oh, so you do say that you would like artists and people like that are looking to create to reach out to you,
Yeah,
to form
yes, yeah.
NFTs. That is something that you're interested in.
And it might even be just as me listening to their idea and
Mm-hmm.
pointing them in a direction. Like it doesn't, not everything has to be a partnership. Maybe they just need some direction.
Direction.
There's only so much time I have,
Right.
but I would also love if they want to do something under the UBAC umbrella and just expand more projects that help build our original apes, right?
That's
So
so dope. Now tell the people, how do they reach you?
So you can find us on UBAC Official on Instagram, UBAC Official on Twitter, UBAC Official on Discord, UBAC Official on TikTok. We are growing. We're moving into the thousands. And remember, there's only 5,000 apes. So once they go, then you have to go to the secondary markets, and they're going to be more than $200 or $300 guaranteed. Like,
Right. Now, is this like it's like just like the is it the Teletubby or like those babies, the Beanie Babies that people buy, and how, remember before when your grandmothers bought them and things like that, they were worth like not that much, but 20 years later they're worth thousands.
no, this is days later. There were thousands. I've been in
Right.
projects that I paid 0.25 for,
Uh-huh.
and 3 or 4 days later, they're $15,000, $16,000. They're worth 3 and 5
Wow.
Ethereum. So this is a
Wow.
whole new world with. Well, I think crypto gave people so much explosive income. NFTs is just piggyback off of it. I know people who have thousands of Ethereum or thousands of Solana or thousands of Cardano because they got in early, right?
Mhm.
And then the coin skyrocketed, and now they have so much they don't even know what to do with. They're buying this art, and if you're lucky enough to get one of those apes,
Right.
they're like, it means nothing to them to put 5 Ethereum when they have 1,000 of them into a project for that long-term investment because they're already there seeing it, right?
Right. Right. That is so true. I mean, there's money out there. There's money to be earned, people. And
Yeah.
Charles is giving you a way to earn that money soon and early. And I appreciate that. That's boss talk.
Thank
That's
you. I
boss move.
appreciate you for bringing me on here, reaching a
Yes.
whole different community.
Yes. I want you to definitely come back. Tell us what you're doing in the future. Maybe we can have you on for a special the day that the apes are released.
Yeah.
Just so that we can, definitely
Mhm.
see how you're doing and how that's going for people. And if anybody wants to reach out to Charles, he's extended the open door to you guys to tune
Yeah,
in.
please, honestly, reach out. I'm easy to find. I don't know my handles perfectly. It's like
And
at Carl's Hutchinson or something.
I'll
But you
include him in our podcast. No
guys,
problem.
thank you. But yeah,
I
reach out,
appreciate
please.
you for coming out and speaking to us. And I've learned something new, some great things,
Thank you.
and just giving me ideas on how to utilize the NFT market. So I appreciate you, Charles, for that.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
You
Happy
too
Sunday
as well.
too. Happy
Happy
Valentine's Day.
Sunday. Happy Valentine's Day.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. It's been a beautiful Sunday morning. minus the snow. We did have our special guest on. We did also have Miss Yaya Gabbana, our exclusive artist interview with her. I am your host, Miss TML, and we are tuning out Up North City Girls. I want to thank my co-host, my sister, for tuning in. She is a mom, so mom duties always take priority over everything else. And I want to thank all of our guests for tuning in, all your comments. I hope I got to everybody. And
fuck with a vibe. He wanna fuck with a vibe.
I love the script.
Yeah. He wanna fuck with a vibe. Only bad bitches inside, and they don't wanna slide. Yeah. He wanna fuck with a vibe. Only bad bitches inside, and they don't wanna slide. Yeah. He wanna fuck with a vibe. Only bad bitches inside.
Bitch, I'm outside, 22 all mine. Got these hating bitties hating on me from the sidelines. If it ain't about no kitty, I don't waste no time. I steal it so when I suck it, I stare in his eyes. Bitch, I'm now.
Bitches turn the dikes like looks turn the lights. Cash get low like calls turn the kites. It's crazy in these streets, you out here acting a fool. She just want a nigga that's gon' take her.